Great morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Christy. So today is time for yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, a nice little combination of those three forms of exercise, if you will. And so today what I'm going to start out with, I have a little bit of spinal stenosis, which is a degeneration of the lower lumbar. And I am going to show you some exercises to help fire the glutes to support that area. So if you wake up and you're a little over 50 and you're finding that there's some pain in your lower back, then these are some exercises I'm going to start with to show you how to gently fire those muscles to help relieve some of that pain. We're going to start out with a little breath work first. All you're going to need some mats and maybe some water and a big smile and an open mind. All right, so grab your mats, grab your water, and let's get started. Okay, so first of all, let's start with some breath work and some gentle stretches, and then we'll go to the back for that lower spine. All right, palms are open and receiving. Take a very deep breath in. Exhale out. Now let's tempo the breath, and you know, I actually want you to feel the rise and fall of the belly. You can actually take one hand, place it below your navel, and then one hand above. Okay, let's give it a go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, contract that navel to the spine. Again, inhale. Exhale. Breath in. And breath out. So making sure that every time you're inhaling, they're full, deep breaths. And as you exhale, you're actually kind of squeezing that out of your body, all that extra carbon monoxide. Breath in and breath out. And I actually feel these exercises are super important because if you're wearing a mask a lot, like myself, it can give you some headaches because your oxygen flow has been restricted with those masks. And exhale. That's why I do not recommend you wearing the mask when you exercise. One more deep breath in. And out. All right, so take your left hand, wave at me, and bring it on the floor. And you know, you can do this in a chair too. You do not have to sit on the floor. It can be done in a chair. The exercises I will show you can be done before you even get out of bed. Just gently lengthening through the side of the body, gently waking those muscles up. And release down. Big expansive arms, inhale. Exhale. Again, breath in. Out. Breath in. sweeping around the left shoulder, looking behind you. And come center and switch. And come center. So wringing out the spine. Detoxifying the spine. All right, now I want you to turn around and lie down, or you don't have to turn around. I have to turn around. All right, so this exercise is what I do every morning before I get out of bed. I just gently pull my knees into my chest and massage my low back. Now, if this bothers your knees, hug under the leg, okay? So you're not, pulling those shins into your body, all right? Hug under the knees and gently massage that low back. This really helps wake up the muscles that support and stretch the muscles that support and stabilize that low back. You want to watch things in extension too, like extreme extension, like up dog, back bends, all those exercises that I used to love to do, I don't do anymore. All right, bring your feet down on the mat or on your bed or whatever it is, and you're gonna place your hands, and if you're in a chair, you can do this too, but it would be best if you could lie on your bed to do it. And these are bridges. We're gonna do modified bridges first. So I want you to feel the arch in your back, and then I want you to gently do a pelvic tilt and squeeze your glutes. And release. And I know these exercises seem so simplistic, but they work. They work. Take the arch out of your back, squeeze the glutes, put the arch in your back. Take the arch out, and then when you get to a point to where like all you're thinking about is the pain, you're compromising your quality of life. So, in trying things like this conservative care before you go to the doctor or pop a pill. Because the Tylenol, the Aleve, it's just so hard on your organs. And if you can find a way to strengthen and stabilize the spine without medication or surgery, please try to do that first. And again, people, it's so simple, but if you incorporate it into your daily routine, I promise you it works. Take the arch out and put the arch in. Now we're gonna graduate. So this next one is a progression, all right? It's a progression. You're gonna press your hands into the floor and you're gonna squeeze and lift your hips up and squeeze the glutes and lower down, a little touch, and then go right back up. Up, up, up. And if this is too much, like if you feel it too much in the low back, then go back and regress to the modification of the pelvic tilt, okay? That's all, right? So do what works for you, or maybe you alternate it. Do a bridge that's high, and then just do that regression of that little pelvic tilt. And then a bridge, and then down, and a pelvic tilt. Okay, good. And while we're here, we're going to fire the core, all right? We're going to work on some core muscles. So, and the glutes are core muscles, okay? So hug those knees in, either on top or under the knees. You know, if you've had knee replacement, it's hard to get this flexion. Some of us never get it, right? So you can't do this. This would be painful and it would hurt. So going under, maybe your knee that you've had replaced is right here, and that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let's work on firing the core. So I want you to lengthen your legs all the way to the ceiling. And if this is too much on your hamstrings, bend your knees, all right? Hands right by the body, lengthening through the back of the legs. Now, I want you to pretend like you're walking on the ceiling. Just small, very small. And relax your neck, relax your shoulders. If you're sitting in the chair, just alternate lifting a leg, lengthening the legs out away from you, sitting on the edge of the chair, and just alternating, because the idea is to build heat here. It's also to lengthen the back of the legs, because I really want you to feel that. Now, if you want a progression, you can bring the legs just a little lower and make the movement just a little bigger, okay? Hope everybody's having a great Friday morning. Keep breathing. Good. Just a gentle heat we want to build in that core. All right, hug the knees in. Now we're going to go into a pose I love, a yoga pose I love. It's called Happy Baby. So I want you to take the palms of the hands into the arch of the feet, or your two fingers, your middle and index finger, can wrap around the big toe. And then you're going to open up, because you see babies do this all the time. Happy Baby. Or some people call it dead bug pose. Either one works. And just gently massage that low back. I want you to broaden the back. Opening up the hips, broadening the back. And release. Extend out, bring the feet together, pull those knees in again. So releasing through that lower lumbar. If you have a little low back issue, just a gentle stretch in the morning really helps, along with those bridges and those pelvic tilts, right? So just keep those exercises in your fitness toolkit if you have any low back issues, right? So now we're gonna just extend all the way out, and I want you to reach way overhead, like someone's pulling you in two different directions. Reach, 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 point, point, point. Walk those ribs up towards the fingertips, lengthening through the body. Good. Now, bend the elbows, bend the knees, and we're just gonna roll over and lay face down. So now we're gonna fire up the glutes again, just in a different way. Okay, so now we are in what's called prone position, face down. And so I want you to bring your pedicure to the floor. Release your head and neck down here, and I want you to fire and lift just one leg. And as you do that, I want you to feel it in the glute. Squeeze the glute right here and lower down. And we're going to do that same thing on the other side. Squeeze, lift. So bringing a lot of awareness to glute strength, because the glutes support the low back. If you have strong glutes, you're gonna have a strong low back. And we sit on this a lot and it's forgotten how to work. So bringing a lot of effort, a lot of intention. Lift that first leg that you lifted again. to exercising and squeezing this area every single day will pay off huge low back dividends. And your health is truly your wealth. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. You can have a gazillion dollars, I don't even know if that's a number, a gazillion dollars in the bank, but if you don't have your health, you're very poor, very, very poor. So doing these exercises and bringing attention and time and effort, and they're so simple. They're so simple. Release down and switch. Okay, now we're going to do a round together. You ready? All right, here we go. Lift both legs up and down. Again, lift both legs up. Squeeze the glutes and down. And again, lift, lower, lift, and lower. One more. We're going to hold this one, and I want you to bump the heels here. Tight, 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 tight. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Tight, 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 tight. Feel that heat build. Doing great. Awesome. And release down. Now bring your hands right up underneath your shoulders, and I want you just to relax the lower part of your body, all right? So hands right up underneath the shoulders, just lift and look up. So now you're firing the muscles in the upper back, mid-back. Release down. And just at your range of motion too. So don't try to lift higher than your body's allowing, even if it's just an inch, just right here, okay? And down. So now, working on those muscles that keep our shoulders pulled back instead of hunched over, right? Because gravity sometimes is not our friend when it comes to that. All right, let's add a little range of motion here. Lift. Let's reach out, come in, and lower. And again, lift, reach, bring the arms in, and lower. So just building that heat, keeping the muscles strong in the upper back for good posture. Again, working on stabilizing and supporting and making our spine muscles stronger. It's really interesting, you know, because our daily activities we don't do a lot of stuff in gentle extension movements. And you can do this against a wall. So if you're uncomfortable getting on the floor, or you simply can't, just getting your back against the wall and bringing your arms up the wall, like we're doing here, but only extending out and down, and trying to keep the arms in contact with the wall when you do it. And it's okay if you can't to start. Let's do one more. And down. And release. All right, now we're going to push up into a plank and then shift our hips back into extended arm child's pose. So reaching way overhead. And then reaching to one side of the mat. And then the other. Really leaning into it. And come center. All right, so turn around, have a seat. So what I would like you to do right now is to take a quick break, grab some water, and then come right back and join me. We're going to do some standing work this next time, a little standing yoga and some Tai Chi moves, okay? And some breath work. Come on back. Not sure how to get started to make changes in your life? Reach out to me for a free consultation. I can help you make those changes that you really want. Let's stand right on our mat and just rock front to back. Palms are open and receiving. Just rock front to back up on those toes. Can you lift the heels up? Super important to really make sure we keep those calves nice and strong. Lift your toes, lift your heels. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes and heels. A couple more. A little balance work there too. All right, take your feet wider than your mat if your mat's going this way. If your mat's long ways, take them wider than your hips. And I want you to soften in the knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Now, I want you to stay low in the legs, okay? So you're feeling some heat in the legs. Pull the shoulder blades down and back. And I want you to get your beautiful energy ball. Let's take it front. Right here. Rub those hands together. Open. Close. Feel the energy between your hands. Now take that ball, turn it on its side. Spiral to your right. Stay low in the legs. Come center. Flip your ball and spiral left. Come center, flip, spiral. Come center, flip, spiral. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale as you spiral. Stay low in the legs. Come center. Just keep building heat. And come center. Release down. Take both of your palms like you're pushing a gentle cloud. And then I want you to lunge to your right. Come center, lunge left. Like you're pushing gentle clouds. And keep building that heat. Now, can you push clouds that are high in the sky? And change. If it's too much on the legs, you can bring your feet in just a little closer and stand a little taller. But if you can, go lower and reach higher. And release down. Big inhale. Exhale. Again, breath in, breath out, breath in, and breath out. Good, release down. Roll the shoulders down and back, toe heel together. Toe, heel, toe, heel. Not fancy, right? And go back to your rock. Front, back. Lift up on the toes, lift up on the heels. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, and heels. A couple more. Focus on the balance, one more. And heels, good. Take those feet nice and wide again. This time I want you to turn your right toes to the side of the room, all right? The back heel is going to be about at a 45-degree angle. Inhale up into a warrior one and sink. So the idea here is to really open up this hip flexor. So really trying to pull this hip towards that wall on the right. Breath in, breath out. Keeping this knee right over the ankle. So if your knee is kind of over your big toe, pull it back just a little bit, okay? Now open up into a warrior two. So the shoulder's going to open up in your hips and your shoulders are now in alignment. And this doesn't feel so tight. Glide your rib cage forward, rest that right elbow down and reach overhead into a beautiful extended lengthening side. Pull the ribs under. Float up into reverse. Opening up through these ribs. This is where I want you to feel the stretch right there. Get these fingertips down the back of that leg. And release. Good. Quarter turn front. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. All right, now your left toes to the left side of the room there. 45-degree angle here. Sweep up into your warrior one here. Opening up this hip flexor. And your right hip might be tighter if you're right dominant. Inhale, exhale. Keeping that knee right over the ankle. Now opening up into warrior two. And you know all these moves you can do in a chair. So again, don't let getting up or down on the ground stop you from incorporating these exercises into your routine. Glide forward, bring the elbow down, reaching overhead, feeling the length, engaging this quadricep, lengthening all the way through the side of the body, and smiling. And float up. I have friends in Australia. I want to give you guys a big shout out. New Zealand, Australia, Montana, which is to me another country. And release. Good. Quarter turn to the front. Inhale. Exhale. I couldn't shovel all that snow. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breath in. And breath out. Good, good, good. Toe heel together. So keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Nice flat back here and gently round through the spine. So this is another little gentle exercise to help wake up and fire that low back. I'll turn sideways. I do it a lot in my warm-ups before I do any exercises, is a gentle round, just like a cat through the spine. Press flat and round. Press flat and round. I think most of you know this, but my son's a physical therapist, and so I get a lot of my exercises from him, especially when I'm having issues. I do use him. and roll up. I figure, you know, it's part of the package deal he has to do. All right, toes and heels again. Toes, heels. You've got to give mom free physical therapy. Heels and toes. So, you know, the exercises I give you are super safe. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. You know how to get in touch with me either through YouTube or my email address, my website, front to back. I try to answer everybody. I try. A couple more. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's class. A little different. All right, feet flat. Inhale. Exhale. Again, breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. Hands come in prayer. Hands come heart center. I hope you guys have a fabulous Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Thank you. Thank you so much for participating in our fitness programs today, but please remember before you start any exercise program to consult with your physician first. Please honor your body. Thank you.